A new poll released on Friday shows the majority of Kentuckians disapprove of their state's senior senator, the Republican leader Mitch McConnell. I'm shocked. A survey conducted by Mason-Dixon Polling and Strategy found that 53% of Kentuckians disapproved of McConnell's performance as one of Kentucky's senators, compared to 41% who approved. 6% were unsure. The poll comes months after McConnell won another term in the Senate. He coasted to victory in November over Democrat Amy McGrath, sorry, earning 58% of the vote to McGrath's 38%. McConnell suffered from poor approval ratings ahead of the re-election bid, giving Democrats hope of winning the race, but as with past cycles, the Democratic hopes ended with disappointment. I think it was 2008 where McConnell won, and it was after an election that people thought he was going to lose. And I know the last one, um, I'm forgetting her name, in 2014, he also had the same situation where Democrats were going, we can get rid of him, we can toss him out, we're going to get rid of the top Republican in the Senate. And then, so this is what I think is really amusing. I would say while McConnell is one of the most influential senators of the last 30 years, he's also one of the worst because he stood directly in the way of a lot of progress. Um, whether that was up. I mean, like I said, the Affordable Care Act is whatever to me. It was only a good option because it was better than what we had before. But even with something as minor as that, it still had opposition from McConnell. Every single foreign war he's been in support of having. Um, Under his leadership, the Senate for what was that, 8 months, 9 months? It was the COVID bill was passed in March. For 9 months, there was no COVID bill for just the remainder of that last year. Just a very ineffective, lousy politician at actually doing anything. Like his people call him an obstructionist, and it's very accurate. But he said something when he was debating McGrath. I'm sorry, I should call her McCrap. That's my nickname for her. After she got creamed, he said something that was very accurate, which was that if she were to beat him, there would be no Kentucky politician who was within the leadership of either party in Congress. So even though he is disliked by a lot of people in his own state, who I can guarantee you a bunch of them don't even vote, you got to also remember that he's reached a leadership position that has seemed exclusive to people from California or New York, and I'm from California, so I think me saying that should hold a little bit more water. In that I understand where someone who lives in the only state that's not those two, that they might say, oh, I'd like to see my state continue to be represented by someone in a leadership position. So again, I don't get why anybody votes for him or supports him. I don't see what he does that's good at all. But people. I guess maybe the Supreme Court nominations, but even then, it's still just total trash. And really, this goes back to why I said the Democrats are a joke, because you ran against a politician who you caught on tape lying about how in a year where a president is retiring or is running for office, or a presidential election year rather, they shouldn't have a Supreme Court nomination. You had him on being hypocritical with um, Coney Barrett and Merrick Garland, and then you also had him on not passing anything related to COVID for was it 2 3/4 of a year, and they still lost to him. So really, I think McConnell could just do whatever he want and still get reelected. But that's not because he's some great, amazing speaker or orator that it has destroyed the Democrats in some fact-based manner time and time again, but rather because they're a bunch of buffoons that are not a challenge, that don't know how to effectively campaign against someone with such an awful record.